It's hard to tell what the next big thing will be, but I think what people are trying to explore with is AI, blockchain, and cryptocurrencies. I think those are the three big themes that keep coming up from the fintech world. And then you've got all the little improvements around process and the customer experience. And so you see permutations and combinations coming through, but these are broadly the kind of focus areas at the moment that we're seeing. I think it's a combination of trying to find the right problem to solve that's going to be a success. The other is collaboration. So I think one of the things that came out in our AI roundtable this morning around collaboration is you've got the incumbent VC and the startup within the accelerator, and that works fine. But for some startups, that's not true collaboration. So I think that's a real challenge, trying to gain parity with an incumbent and having a mutual interest so they can grow together. But it'll come. I think it's the next stage of the evolution of the collaboration, I think. I think we've moved away from fintechs being seen as, a challenger to a more collaborative approach from incumbents. But the challenges around legacy systems and data still exist. And I think, incumbents have to find a way around that. But to do that properly, they have to spend billions on their systems. So I think incumbents have to make a call in terms of how big they want to go on fintech and the investment that's needed to truly realize its potential. But everyone's on a journey, and I'm sure we'll find the right path eventually. Ooh, 5 years is a short time. I think where the ambition for cryptocurrencies is to take away some of the friction in trade settlement or in the capital market space, for one. The other is remittances abroad or between countries. I think that's where cryptocurrencies will get increasing traction, but equally the challenges around AML, fraud, identity all remain. So I think it'll be where if we can take off some of those barriers and get some good standards and some assurance around the integrity of cryptocurrencies, then it can deliver on its potential of making trade settle easier, faster, quicker. So I think that's where the prize would be in the first instance. So we had the announcement earlier this week that we now have a transition period and it's going to go up to December 2020. So that's a really positive announcement. I think the crux of the issue is being able to move data around seamlessly. So the EU has GDPR requirements, which are quite strict and tough around how you move data between the EU and other countries. So for fintechs, data is the fuel that drives that particular sector. So it really depends on how we resolve the data issue, because I think supervisory cooperation, intergovernment cooperation, all that exists, and I think it's moving forward. But there are some real barriers that may be put up if data can't move seamlessly between jurisdictions. So I think that's where the challenge may be. Oh. I'm not taking any bets at the moment, but I think there are lots of promising startups that are growing and will come to scale. It's hard to tell which is the next big one, to be honest, because I've just come from the InsurTech forum and there's so much activity happening there. We've invested in Settle, obviously, and if the things come together, they'll do tremendously well. So it just depends on how many opportunities come together at the right time and how quickly they can scale, which I know is not answering the question, but it's a difficult one to say who's the next big one, but there are many promising candidates, I think. What was my last Google search? I think it was a recipe for a dip. So I had a few ingredients in the fridge and I was trying, and I think I ended up with a peas, chili and mint dip, which is pretty good. So look up the combination and I promise you'll get something wonderful.